In this lecture, we will discuss about different type of alternating quantity. That means to find the average value, effective value, form factor and peak factor. So let's see the first example. Here I have taken a purely sinusoidal waveform of the current I. Therefore, I is equal to I max sin omega t. So if we plot the instantaneous current with respect to the time or omega t, we will get a purely sinusoidal waveform where it will start from 0. At pi by 2 it will be the maximum. At pi again the value is 0. At 3 pi by 2 the value is minus I max. And at 2 pi again the value is equal to 0. So first we will calculate the average value. So the average value means, as you can see, that it is a symmetrical waveform. That means here the positive and negative half cycles are identical. So we will consider only the positive half cycle. So the average value will be here the area of the positive half cycle upon the length of its base. So now to find the area of the positive half cycle, we will integrate the instantaneous value with respect to the time. So it is integral 0 to pi I d omega t. It will give us the area of the positive half cycle between 0 to pi. And now we divide this value by its base length, that is the pi. In the next step, I put the value of instantaneous current I, that is I max sin omega t. Now here the value of I max is constant, so I have taken it here I max upon pi, integration 0 to pi sin omega t of d omega t. In the next step, I integrate the sin omega t, so it will be minus cos omega t, and the range is 0 to pi. Then put the value of pi, so it will be minus cos pi minus cos 0. As we know that the cos pi is equal to minus 1. So as there is already a minus, so it will be minus 1, that means the plus 1. Then again minus and minus makes the positive plus, and cos 0 means 1. So finally we will get the average value of the current, that is 2 by pi of I max. Remember one thing, if we consider a voltage waveform, then similarly the average value of the purely sinusoidal waveform, symmetrical sinusoidal waveform of the voltage, it can be also written as V average is equal to 2 by pi of V max. So this is the value of the average value. Next, find the RMS value. So for the RMS value, the concept is we have to calculate the area of the positive half cycle, then we have to make it square, then we will divide it by its base length, and finally it will be square root. But initially we have calculated the IRMS square. So here it is area of the positive half cycle square upon the length of the base. After calculation we make it square root, then we will get the value of IRMS. So again, if you see the waveform, so the area of the positive half cycle will be the integration 0 to pi of I, that is I max sin omega t. So here it is 1 upon pi, this is the base length, integration 0 to pi I square d omega t. Now put the value of I So it will be I max square sine square omega t d omega t. As the value of I max square is constant, so we have taken it here, the I max square upon 2 pi integration 0 to pi 2 sine square omega t. Here I multiply the value by 2 and here I divide it by 2. So the 2 will be cancelled. So we can write in this way. The purpose is now the 2 sine square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t. So in the next step, we integrate this value 1 minus cos 2 omega t with respect to d omega t. So it will be omega t minus sine 2 omega t upon 2. And the range is 0 to pi. So now we put the value of range. So it will be pi minus sine 2 pi by 2 minus 0 minus sine 0 upon 2. Now sine 2 pi is 0. So this term will become 0. And sine 0 is also 0. So all the values are 0 except the pi. Therefore, in the next step, it will be I max square upon 2 pi into pi. So the pi will be cancelled. And finally, we will get I max square upon 2. Remember, this is the value of I RMS square. Hence, the RMS value of the current will be I max upon root 2. So this is the RMS value of a purely sinusoidal, symmetrical sinusoidal waveform. Similarly, in case of voltage, the RMS value of a purely symmetrical sinusoidal waveform can be written as Vrms is equal to Vmax upon root 2. This relation is constant for a purely sinusoidal waveform. Now calculate the form factor and the peak factor. So as we know that the form factor is basically the ratio of the RMS value to the average value of an alternating quantity. In this case, we have calculated the RMS value as I max by root 2 that we have calculated, and the average value is 2 by pi of I max. So if we simplify this, it will be pi upon 2 root 2. So finally, the form factor will be 1.11. And remember, this value is a constant for a purely symmetrical sinusoidal waveform. It will be always constant. Next is the peak factor. As we know that the peak factor is the ratio of the maximum value to the RMS value. So it is I max upon the RMS value was I max upon root 2. That means root 2, and it is 1.414. Therefore, the peak factor of a purely sinusoidal waveform will be 1.414, and it is always a constant value. So in this way, we can calculate the average value, RMS value, form factor and peak factor of any waveform. The next example. Here we have to find the average value, RMS value, form factor and peak factor of half wave rectified sinusoidal alternating current. So the half wave rectified alternating current waveform is shown in this figure, where the value will get, the current will get from 0 to pi, and from pi to 2 pi this value will be 0. That means here the consecutive two half cycles are not identical. This type of waveform is considered as a unsymmetrical waveform. Actually, it is calculated from the purely sinusoidal waveform. So the value of the instantaneous current can be written as I equal to I max sin omega t when the value of omega t is between 0 and pi. So between 0 and pi, it will be just like a sinusoidal waveform. But from pi to 2 pi, the current value is 0. From pi to 2 pi, the value of the current is 0. So it is an unsymmetrical waveform. To calculate the average and RMS value of an unsymmetrical waveform, we always consider the full cycle. Therefore, the average value will be integration 0 to pi I d omega t. It will give us the area between 0 to pi, and then we will divide this value by 2 pi because we have to consider the full cycle. So we take the base length of the full cycle, that is 2 pi. Now put the value of I, that is I max sin omega t, and we will integrate in the range between 0 and pi. So it is I max by 2 pi, integration of sin omega t is minus cos omega t, the range is 0 to pi. So put the values, so it will be minus cos pi minus cos 0. So cos pi is minus 1, so it will be minus 1, that means plus 1. And here also it will be minus, so it will become plus again. So finally it will be I max upon 2 pi into 2. So 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So the average value of this waveform will be I max upon pi. This is the average value of half wave rectified waveform. Now the average RMS value. For the RMS value, the same process, we calculate the area of the half cycle, then we make it square. So we integrate between 0 to pi of I square with respect to d omega t, and then we will divide it by 2 pi. So the I max square sin square omega t, I max square is constant, so it is taken out. So I max square upon 2 pi integration 0 to pi 2 sin square omega t d omega t. Here I multiply the sin square omega t by 2, and here I divide it by 2. So this 2 will be cancelled. So in the next step, it can be written as I max square by 4 pi, because 2 pi into 2. Then 2 sin square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t. And we will integrate this value with respect to d omega t within the range of 0 to pi. Now put the values of the limit, so it will be omega t minus 1 upon 2 sin 2 omega t after integration, and then put the values here, pi 1 by 2 sin 2 pi minus 0 minus 1 by 2 sin 0. So this term will become 0. So ultimately there will be only one value left, that will be pi. So it will be I max square upon 4 pi into pi. So pi and pi is cancelled. So the value will be I max square upon 4. So finally the value of IRMS will be, as we have calculated here, the IRMS square. IRMS square. So finally the value of IRMS will be the square root of this value. So it will be I max upon 2. This is the RMS value of the half wave rectified waveform. Next is the form factor. As we know, the form factor is IRMS upon I average. Here the IRMS value was I max by 2 and the I average was I max upon pi that we have calculated. So finally the form factor will be pi by 2. And its value will be 1.57. Similarly, the peak factor is defined as the ratio of maximum value to the RMS value. So I max upon I max by 2. So finally it will be 2. So the peak factor of the half wave rectified waveform will be 2. In the third example, we have considered a triangular waveform. So find the average value, RMS value, form factor and peak factor of this triangular waveform. So this is the nature of the waveform. From 0 to pi it is gradually increasing. Then from pi to 2 pi it is gradually decreasing. From 2 pi again it will be in the increasing order. The maximum value here is V max. We have considered it as a voltage waveform. So it is also a symmetrical waveform because the two consecutive half cycle, 0 to pi is one half cycle and pi to 2 pi is another half cycle. And these two are equal, symmetrical. So we'll consider only the first half cycle. Here first of all you have to find the expression of the instantaneous value. As we can see that it is gradually increasing from 0 to pi. It is a straight line. Therefore, a straight line can be represented as y equal to mx plus c. Here the value in y-axis is v, m is the slope, and in the x-axis it is omega t plus c. When the value of omega t equal to 0, the voltage will also be 0. So if we put v equal to 0, omega t equal to 0, so from this we will find the value of c, that will be 0. In the next step, it will be at omega t equal to pi, the value of v will be equal to v max. So we can write v max equal to m into pi plus 0, as we have already calculated the value of c as 0. So the slope m can be written as v max upon pi. Therefore, the expression of the instantaneous voltage can be written as v equal to v max upon pi. This is the slope into omega t, and this is for the range 0 to pi. So this is our expression of the instantaneous voltage. Now to find the average value, first of all we'll find the area of the half cycle and then we will divide it by its base length. So to find the area of the half cycle, we integrate the voltage instantaneous value with respect to omega t within the range 0 to pi, and then we will divide this value by its base length, that is pi. This is the base length. So it is 1 upon pi. Instead of v, we write Vmax upon pi into omega t. So Vmax upon pi into omega t d omega t. Now this value is constant. So we take it Vmax upon pi square, and now integration omega t with respect to d omega t. So it will give us omega t square upon 2. Put the range, that is 0 and pi. So finally we will get Vmax upon 2. So this is the average value for this triangular waveform. Now for the RMS value, we integrate the square of the area, because you have to calculate the area and then you have to make it square. So we integrate between 0 to pi v square d omega t, and then we will divide it by its base length, that is pi, and finally we will square root the whole value. So put the value of instantaneous voltage V, that is Vmax upon pi into omega t. So it will be squared. So Vmax square upon pi square into omega t square of d omega t. So again, Vmax square upon pi square is the constant value. Take it outside the integration. So Vmax square upon pi cube. Pi square into pi, that is pi cube. And integrate omega t square with respect to d omega t. So it will be omega t cube upon 3. The range is 0 to pi. Put the range, so you will get pi cube upon 3. So here the pi cube will be cancelled from both sides. So finally it is Vmax square upon 3 and whole square root. So at last the value of the VRMS here will be Vmax upon root 3. So this is our RMS value for this triangular waveform. Next is the form factor and the peak factor. So the form factor is ratio of the RMS value to the average value. As we have calculated, the RMS value is Vmax upon root 3. So it is Vmax upon root 3. And we have also calculated the average value, that was Vmax upon 2. This was the average value. So it is Vmax upon root 3 upon Vmax upon 2. So finally it will be 2 by root 3. And similarly the peak factor, it is the ratio of Vmax and Vrms. So it is Vmax upon root 3. So finally it is root 3. So this is the form factor and peak factor of the triangular waveform. Okay. Now here is some waveform for your practice. So the first is find the average value, RMS value, form factor and peak factor of the full wave rectified waveform. This is the full wave rectified sinusoidal quantity. It is the maximum value here is 100 volt, and it is 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi and so on. So you have to find the average value, then RMS value, then form factor and then peak factor. Now you can calculate the average and RMS value for the range 0 to pi, because the part of the waveform 0 to pi is similar in the rest of the part. That means 0 to pi is same as that of pi to 2 pi, then 2 pi to 3 pi and so on. So here we will consider only the part of the waveform between 0 to pi. So try to find this average and RMS value. The answers are here given. The V average will be 63.66 volt, V RMS will be 70.71 volt, and its form factor will be 1.11 and its peak factor will be 1.414. Here you can see that the form factor and peak factor are exactly same as that of a purely symmetrical sinusoidal waveform. So let's try to solve this question. In the next question, find the average value, RMS value, form factor and peak factor of the sawtooth waveform. This is called sawtooth waveform. And also find the frequency of this waveform. So it is also like a triangular waveform, but its nature is little bit different. From 0, here I have taken time in x-axis in millisecond. So from 0 to 100 millisecond, the value of the voltage is gradually increasing, and at 100 millisecond it reaches its maximum value, that is 10 volt. Then from this point it is come to the 0 value, and again from 100 to 200 millisecond it is gradually increasing. So to find the average value and the RMS value, consider the part of the waveform between 0 to 100 millisecond, because this is symmetrical for the entire waveform. So the answers are given here. V average will be 5 volt. Here the maximum value is 10 volt. So average value is 5 volt. RMS value is 5.774 volt. Its form factor is 1.155 and its peak factor is 1.732. Here we have to find the frequency of the waveform also. Now remember, the frequency can be calculated as 1 upon time period, and the time period means the time in second to complete one full cycle. In this waveform, the full cycle means 0 to 100 millisecond. It is one full cycle. Then 100 to 200, it is symmetrical. So one full cycle will be considered as between 0 to 100 millisecond. So the time period for this waveform will be 100 millisecond, because to make one complete full cycle it takes 100 millisecond. So therefore the frequency will be 1 upon 100 millisecond. Remember one thing, when we calculate the frequency, the time period should be in seconds. So try to find the value. The answer here is the frequency will be 10 Hz. Let's try to solve this question. There is another type of question in this topic. Here the question is, an alternating voltage is V equal to 100 sin omega t, 100 sin 100t. Find the amplitude, time period, frequency, angular velocity, form factor and peak factor of the waveform. So in this question, the voltage is a purely sinusoidal waveform. So here I have drawn the voltage waveform. The maximum value is 100 volt here, that is given, and the value of the omega is 100. As we know that a purely sinusoidal symmetrical waveform can be represented as V equal to V max sin omega t, and in this question the value is given as 100 sin 100t. Therefore the amplitude of this waveform, that is the maximum value, it is equal to 100 volt, because the amplitude means the maximum value of an alternating quantity. So this is our amplitude. Next is, as we know that if we compare these two, here the omega is 100 radian per second, and the relation between the angular velocity and the frequency is omega equal to 2 pi f. So the frequency can be calculated as omega by 2 pi, that is 100 upon 2 pi, and if we solve this we'll get 15.9 Hertz. So this is our frequency. The next step is the time period. We know that the time period is 1 upon frequency. So put the value of f and we'll get the time period as 0.063 second, or we can write 63 millisecond. This is our time period. It is the frequency. Next, to calculate, in this question it is asking the angular velocity, and we already know that the angular velocity is omega radian per second. So this is the angular velocity. Now we have to calculate the form factor and the peak factor, and for that we have to calculate the RMS value and the average value of this waveform. As we know that the RMS value of a purely symmetrical sinusoidal waveform is the maximum value upon √2. So here we can calculate it as 70.71 volt, because for a purely sinusoidal waveform this is the relation, so you can directly put the value and we'll get the value of the RMS voltage. Similarly, the average value of a purely sinusoidal waveform is given as 2 by pi of Vmax. This is the standard formula. So put the value of Vmax 100, and if you calculate it will be 63.7 volts. Now once we calculate the RMS value and the average value, then the form factor will be the Vrms upon V average. So Vrms is 70.71 and V average is 63.7. So finally it will be 1.11. And the peak factor is the ratio of Vmax to the RMS value. So here the maximum voltage is 100 and the RMS value is 70.71 that we have calculated, and finally the value will be 1.414. So this is our final answer. As you can see that the form factor and peak factor is constant for a purely sinusoidal waveform, that we have already seen when we analyze a purely symmetrical sinusoidal waveform. Okay, thank you.